for you and me, a wonderful life. Look around and see the beauty of the sky. Here for you and me, a wonderful life. No need to run and hide. It's a wonderful, wonderful life. No need to laugh and cry. It's a wonderful, wonderful life. Here I go, out to sea again. The sunshine fills my hair. Dreams hang in the air. Holding the sky and in my blue eye. You know it feels unfair.
Right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Are we all winning? Are we all winning? The market doesn't look particularly great, but we are. We're alive, we're living. We're going from strength to strength. I got called a retard by one of the Tates this week. It's probably my highlight. Yeah. Justin Tate taking time out of his busy schedule of allegedly selling people to call me a retard. What a 2026 highlight. What a 2026 highlight. Anyway, I digress. I digress. So, let's first start off with an announcement. I'm pregnant. No, like different announcement. I look pregnant. No, I've got a Breakout evaluation giveaway to do. So my partners at Breakout Prop have very kindly said that they will give away 3 $10,000 evaluations to people who during this time of the 20th of January, I'm trying to point at it, but it won't let me actually physically point at it, 20th of January to February the 2nd, if you sign up and you are a first-time user of Breakout Prop, just very clearly, first-time user, then, and you purchase an evaluation, you get that many entries per evaluation that you sign up. So if you do a $200,000 evaluation, you get 20 entries. If you do a $5,000 one, you get 1 entry, and so on and so forth. And at the end of the period, like on the 3rd or 4th of February or something like that, then there'll be a draw, and 3 $10,000 evaluations will be given away. That makes sense? If not, any questions, just reach out. But yes, I will swap the big one out with this one, and I will tweet about that later as well, just to remind people. But yes, if you want to trade with someone else's money and use this essentially as a call option or a put option, I mean, probably would have been better as a put option. I literally tweeted it the other day. And you can manage your risk by obviously just losing whatever you want to put on or making infinite amounts. You know, obviously not financial advice, but you can manage your risk through evaluations. So with that said, let's jump on. Let's go to the pretend short that I put on Twitter, which was something like this. I did not take this trade. I'm not going to LARP. I did not. I did hedge out my spot, though, here. But I didn't really talk about that, so I don't really get any credit. But I've still got my spot bags, so I'm just kind of... I literally loaded up my phone and fucking shorted it. So, yeah, it's a hedge. It's nothing more than that. It's essentially selling my spot. But I don't like selling my spot. I like holding my spot because it gives me something to be excited about. So I've just not lost money. And, yeah, it was something pretty much like this. Bosh. But it's not. My P&L is not great. So start of the year, my personal P&L looks like this. If you imagine this 0. In fact, I'll probably just tweet it out. It's like this, and then it's like this, and then it's like this, and then it's like, it's finished about here. I'm like down a small amount this year, but obviously at the end of last year I was like up 250% or something, so it's not too bad, but I am just getting chopped up, and I am getting a little bit fucking tired of the market. In general, in 2026 already, But I'm hoping that we might even get a rotation on stream, because 2 reasons. One, I put it in the group and said I'm streaming and I want to talk about what opportunities I want to jump into. But secondly, it just makes the stream a little bit more fucking interesting. So we are actually getting a little bit of bullish PA on Daddy BTC, even though I'm on fucking Poloniex for some bizarre reason. Yeah, this is starting to look a little bit better in terms of... maybe not. What I'm trying to do, chat, just for your benefit, is jump into a rotation and see what is strong, because I've basically not traded yesterday and today. I've got stopped on a couple of trades like Fartcoin, Bitcoin, a few others, and just gradually sort of giving money back to the market, just getting chopped up a little bit, but nothing's really jumping out as incredibly strong, apart from useless, but that's just because it is, well, useless and a liquid shit, right? It's like... You know, we talked about this several times. And yeah, okay, it's nice that it's got a bounce here, but to be blunt, with useless, you know, I think that's nice, but I sincerely doubt we're going to get something that V reverses, right, in these conditions. So I think best case scenario is we get something like that. So, yeah, maybe I'm not going to play a rotation. I don't like playing rotations on stream in general, but yeah... Not great. Not great. Yeah, personally, I did this on my Outlook on Monday and said about this rotation. I didn't catch it because I was actually volunteering, which is very strange, but very good. I would recommend it if you can. And yeah, you know, no momentum after that sell-off. Just everything's just weak, man. Really, really weak. Lost sort on Twitter, yeah. Same, we all have slumps. Yeah, that's fair. Yikes. Good morning, Zero IQ Redact. You lost a trade, pack up, boys, it's all over. Yeah, I've lost quite a few, brother. Sadly, I'm not 100% hit rate, unlike all my other fellow paid group leaders out there. Maybe a baby bounce? Yeah. CC is strong? Yeah, I'll have a look at CC, mate. There's quite a few alts that are, like, holding up. Am I doing RL-wise? Yeah, good, mate. Same old, really. I'm a little bit... I don't know if this is the year I quit the markets. But I've said that before. I said that in 2021 after I shorted the top on 19th of May. Yeah, I'm just a bit fatigued with it, to be honest. Like, watching a lot of people on Twitter promote, like, Trove and get away with it, and just there's no, like, backlash. They just carry on like it's nothing's happened, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just makes you realise that, you know, 99% of the people here are just fucking bullshit. And, like, I don't actually see many people posting P&Ls, like actual, you know, proper P&L charts. Like, hardly any. You just think, why didn't I just fucking launch a meme coin, you know, 2 years ago, call it the next SHIB, and just fucking scam the shit out of this market? But I guess, so I can sleep at night. But still, you hopefully understand the kind of moral dilemma of watching people that you thought were good just not even come out and say, hey guys, I fucked this up. You know, it's very different, I think, if a coin does something like this and, you know, it starts off and you go, look guys, I'm bullish on this, then it does this, and then it does that. Like, I think that's really different because, well, one, you are presumably, you've got a bag, even if you're selling it like up here, and as you're sort of still bull posting a bit and going, you know, I'm still bullish, and you're sort of cutting 50%, whatever, and then it retraces and goes, at least, like, you gave people some money, and at least, you know, you're going down with the ship. But, yeah. It's also LARP Trader, he promoted Trove. I don't know, because, you know, he did one of the tweets which was... which I thought was quite good, to be honest, which was, I'm going to butcher it, right? You can find it if you really want to, but it was something like, I'm an advisor for this token, full disclosure, blah, blah, blah. So full disclosure, absolutely great. So I'm getting basically paid to talk about something that I think is cool. And a lot of things in crypto that are cool end up at zero. So, you know, do your own shit. And I think, to me, that is like, you know, at some point you have to take on risk in this market, in any market. Now, I'm not defending him or anyone in particular, right? But I think that, if you're going to do something, that is on the good side of things, on the very good side of things. Full disclosure, people can see it. You're associated with it. Yeah, if it goes wrong, you put a bit of your reputation on the line, so on and so forth. But you're fully disclosed. You've told people that you're getting paid. You know, you've said that I'm associated with this. That, to me, is like, well, fine. I think there was another guy, wasn't there, who got paid, like, undisclosed to, like, shill the ICO and say, oh, I'd go tweet it and all this stuff. That's very different, you know? And I think if you're doing that, that's a bit naughty. But yeah, anyway, I digress. You know, they were in my DMs. You know, to be honest with you, I thought their idea was really cool. You know, I thought being able to bet on essentially like skins markets and stuff like that. You know, I've got a small amount of skins, but not a massive amount. But, you know, being able to like hedge that and trade that and get exposure to things like Pokemon cards when I've got no fucking clue what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? I did 25 years ago, but not anymore. I thought that's pretty cool. But anyway, we move on from the drama. I think the other side of the coin is that in bear markets, right, or in very weak markets like this one, people just attack each other when things don't work. The idea is fair, but just the fact that they rug pull people very annoying. Yeah, I mean, that's fucking terrible, right? Like, obviously that is fucking tragic, but you do have to disassociate the kind of team and the KOLs, and then the KOLs that have actually, like, fully disclosed everything and said, look, I'm a part of this, and the ones that just go, yeah, bung me some money and I'll fucking tell people to go buy it, right? There's difference, or that don't have a vested interest themselves. So if you invest your own money in it, I know a load of friends have gone into the space ICO, which looks good, looks like, you know, interesting, all that kind of stuff. I personally haven't done it, but, you know, if people put their own fucking money in it, they can go and chat about it all they want. They'll disclose it. They got probably a better price or a decent price compared to the market when it comes out, but fuck it. You know, they got something to offer the project. That's that's how life works. I can't go up and be like, hey, I want to be CEO of fucking Coca-Cola. Why are you having this guy or girl, not me? I'm fucking, you know, bee's knees. But anyway, we are ranting. Shall I don't ignore my post? What post? Playing Arc Raiders or so late? Ah, fair. But anyway, I'm just ranting about bullshit. It's just this market, you know, makes people turn on people, and it just makes things a bit just depressing. And to be honest, you know, we had 2.3 billion of sailor buying in this, and look at price, man. It just sucks dick. It's fucking terrible. You know, if you go back and look over Sailor's buys, like, he was still buying and all this, right? He does not move the markets. Now, I don't know who the fuck is selling, but clearly someone is selling a lot. And when you start, like, looking back over, like, momentum over, like, 2 weeks or whatever, you know, you can just see this massive decline across here as we go across these highs. Like, we talked about it a few times before, and structurally, this looks like one of the worst kind of weeklies we've had in a while in terms of confirming that lower high, right? So structurally, it looks fucking terrible. It looks like we're about to send fucking, you know, down to 48k or whatever I drew as the meme before. Like, it is pretty horrific. If we don't start getting a bit of a catch-up trade on Bitcoin to, like, gold, silver, etc., you know, it's really looking bleak. I'm not gonna lie, and I know that this is like, you know, oh, Charlie, that's the way. That's what people say at bottoms. Yeah, it is, but it's also, you know, the market is pretty weak, and the one thing that I see that changes massively, like, as time goes on, and is probably how I judge a lot of things in this market, in crypto specifically, is that when the market is, like, particularly weak and we're in like close to the bottom, like, everyone thinks it's dead. No one's building, no one's doing anything exciting, no one's trying to do these ICOs and rug pulls and all this kind of shit, really. Like, yes, there will be continued buttfuckery in the trenches, right? And that will just now be a part of this wonderful world that we call crypto. But, you know, it's true builders that are left, and there's hardly any mass extraction scams. And then when we get, like, the euphoric, you know, strong markets where everyone's saying, fuck me, I can make millions out of this, And then you start seeing this huge supply of new tokens, something's coming every week, something's popping, blah, blah, blah. You know, that supply-demand balance really shifts. And like at the minute, like all the new raises that I see, because there's still new raises, you know, they're really struggling for the capital, and it's really not that great, and blah blah blah. And then eventually that changes to it's fucking dog shit, you can't raise money, and then eventually that changes to crypto's dead and is a piece of garbage, right? And so I think we're kind of here in that cycle. I don't think we're particularly far gone, but then there's the other part of me which is like, well, yes, but the landscape has changed a lot. And with ETFs buying and all this kind of stuff, we're probably structurally going to stay somewhere above this, which was, you know, the bottom in 2023 or whatever, because there is much more wider adoption, more mainstream adoption, and so on and so forth. So maybe that changes. Maybe this isn't a good indicator and a good barometer, but it has, you know, it is one of the things that, like, contextually I take into account when I'm thinking of the market. And it's also weak compared to pretty much every other asset class in the fucking world, right? Compared to gold, compared to silver, compared to S&P, compared to all of it. It's just shit at the minute. You know, and I'm not afraid to say that, you know, I was hoping that this would be a pretty bullish break. And the fact that it wasn't means that I have to treat it as what it is, you know, just absolute weakness. And I was in a trade that looked something like this and just let it round trip. Because I kind of had to, right? If this was the trend break and the continuation to the upside, then that would have been a lovely swing trade. Everyone would be like, pat me on the back. Well done, Charlie, you're a fucking genius. But it wasn't. And I lost some money. So on to the next. But I've got really no conviction in terms of like the next leg up of the market unless we start creeping up back there. But at the minute, you know, everything that was leading up to that break in terms of these higher lows and relative strength and so on and so forth, and breaking this and holding that resistance, there's just nothing here. It's kind of too late to short, too early to long, in my opinion. Really tough. Whales are selling, DAT's going broke, ETF buyers giving up, retail getting destroyed. Yeah, pretty much. And everyone else is playing out Raiders. Not gonna lie, they pumped faked me too. I thought they might actually trend this time. Yeah, I think 99% of us fell for it. And the reason is that, you know, we were all used to like downtrends breaking quite aggressively, consolidation breaking upwards really well, and you know, we're all kind of afraid to miss out on that next leg up of the market because, you know, it might be the end of the bull run and so on and so forth. To be honest, I mean, I remember tweeting XO. Messaging him on Telegram saying it's fucking over on like the 8th of October and be like, he's like, what's your gut? No, really, what is it? And I'm like, it's fucking over. Which was, yeah, there. But, you know, we are where we are. And all we can choose to do is what to do with the time that is given to us, right? Good old Gandalf, keeping us wise. And for me, I'm just literally staying away. I'm just chilling. There's no point. Me, an alt rotational long trader, right? Trying to aggressively long in this when there's no clear outliers from what I can see, right? Just nothing. But yeah. Monthly open pivot point. I don't use monthly opens, to be honest. But yeah, a lot of people do, and there certainly can be. As for Paragon membership, if you nail Binance Life, what happens if A, I didn't do it, B, I FOMO'd in the top, and C, I lost 30 grand on it? Do you refund me, or how does that work? Nah, none of those things happened. I actually didn't make any money out of it. I just tweeted it the next day because I was like, holy fuck. The alpha's actually in the chat, not in my stream. Because yeah, it was a fucking banger of a find, mate. You know, well done. It was genuinely really, really good. I hope you made money out of it, to be blunt. What was it called? It was like Ben blah, 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 something. Beer and Shang. Yeah, there you go. Well, that was what we talked about on stream. I mean, obviously it fucking pumped, ripped 60% in a day or something, and then just died on its ass like the rest of the market. But there we go. You did nice. Well done, brother. I'm genuinely really happy for you. Bloody. Yeah, bloody hell, right? Like the stream, boys. Numbers aren't adding up. Yeah, cheers, everyone. Yeah, that is wild. Like, genuinely wild. But this is the kind of shit that, you know, will just randomly pump again. So it's kind of worth having on Spaghetti, knowing that we're at a high time frame support / resistance. This area here, which was, you know, we talked about, this is grind up. And if we do get some risk back on in the market, then, you know, you get something like this and you've got a nice break. You've got an invalidation down here. You've got a rotational play up. So you start losing EMAs, you just cut it, right? And risk off. But I'm really not rushing to get back into positions. Really not. Unfortunately, the market just looks dead as shit. And yeah, I don't really know how to be super bullish on crypto, given how just meh everything looks. You know, we essentially had that breakout attempt and it failed on a lot of coins, right? So a lot of coins look like Altcoin. I was bullish heading into this. I did want a long. I did long down here somewhere. I did play a rotation and it failed. But this is the classic, you know, bouncing ball, isn't it? Of momentum, and I don't know if it comes back in the strength that it did ever. Hopefully it does, you know, hopefully we get another run, another cycle and all that kind of stuff. But realistically, like, there's too many tokens these days. Too many. And like I said, I think Bitcoin is going to be the one. I think we're just going to run it all back in Bitcoin. I think a lot of people forget that the original use of altcoins is to, you know, pump your USD to then buy Bitcoin and pump Bitcoin. That was literally the original crypto gang's mission. You know, we all measured our portfolio on Bitcoin, and that has been lost over time. Same reason I was trading Rose and SCRT last night. Yeah, nice. How's the orange juice position, the fridge going? Oh, that's great, mate. I think that's probably appreciated more than my portfolio, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've still got some bags. Way orange juice, let's fucking go. I saw Pentoshi. Alright, we have to be near the bottom here, right? Because I'm charting fucking eggs and orange juice, boys. Eggs, grade A. Oh yes. Oh yes. That's a Bureau of Labor Statistics. Where the fuck is I thought it was an eggs you can gamble on. Dinosaur eggs, total value locked. Lovely. What did Pentoshi? It was Pentoshi, wasn't it? Yeah. Dude, you guys are memeing. Wait, there's actually an OJ futures contract? Yay! Yeah, mate. Do you think we were memeing, did you? Oh, it's, yeah. Oh, maybe not. Oh, well. But yeah, look, egg price is down astronomically, due for a bounce. I can pump it. Pump my eggs. Actually, that sounds gayer than I intended. I mean, look at silver, boys. This is what we came to crypto for. Not fucking shiny rocks. Yeah, eggs US, but not on trading media. Yeah. Very, very serious orange juice traders. Yeah. Is the juice worth the squeeze? That's the question. Anyway, right, let's get serious. Let's get semi-serious for a minute. So Bitcoin, what's my next moves on Bitcoin, right? I mean, I can't do anything with this. I'm only interested in trading at the extremes of the range here and here, right? And kind of the same with altcoins in the sense of until we get some strong support or a bid on Bitcoin, alts are just going to continue to look like dog shit. I would love to find, you know, an outlying alt. There are a couple. Most of them are illiquid. You know, Gabe, this is one that I invested in. Full disclosure, I've got an allocation locked up somewhere that I don't even fucking know where it is. I haven't claimed any tokens yet. I just saw it and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh, I should probably claim those tokens at some point. You know, you've got stuff moving. Now, I'm not saying this is going to do anything like that, but, you know, that's one of the only strong ones on the day. We've got CC. What was the other one that you wanted me to look at? You know, when you're looking at coins that to be honest, are moving positively. Apologies, I've obviously still got WhatsApp on my phone. My friends are probably just sending me videos that just end with "you're gay." There's anything wrong with being gay, obviously, but as married men, most of us, it's probably not ideal. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't really like this structure in terms of consistent lower highs. Definitely got some relative strength, though. Definitely got some relative strength. To be honest, it's just like silver looks like the most attractive thing to try and play. And, you know, it's really difficult because I would want to short it because of the dying momentum up here. Or not dying momentum, but the weakening momentum. But I mean, it just shorting a parabolic asset that hasn't shown any weakness yet, i.e. a higher low, just is so difficult. So difficult because these tend to just resolve with a simple candle up and just destroy everyone who's trying to short it and then die. So, you know, do that. And that's when you really get the sign of weakness, that there's, you know, significant sell pressure stepping in at these prices that cap price here and jump on short there. That's how I normally short these kind of things. But yeah, I mean, all of crypto looks like ass. All of it. There's literally nothing that looks pretty delectable from what I can see. And again, like with Solana, you know, you're looking at a big sell-off, take everything, and then reclaim. Like, everything is in this range. We're just range traders at the minute. We're just range traders that want to be trend traders. Is it possible to look at XRP? Yeah, of course. If you guys have got coins, just shout them out, because as we look at things, sorry, as we go through them, obviously I'll kind of tick them off, but I will forget things, I will not see everything, I will, you know, not deliberately do it, but there's a lot of stuff that people tend to ask. Now, I was quite bullish on XRP. I didn't actually end up taking this trade, but, you know, when you look at high time frame XRP, it looks all right in terms of, or looked all right, my apologies, in terms of structure. So when I look at this going through here, you know, it was nice big break downtrend, nice little consolidation at the lows, like real fucking clean and crispy, yeah? Nice run, still at that low. It does look like it's being, you know, very heavily distributed in this region. You know, it looks so choreographed, but what do I know? You know, a price chart looks a bit odd, so I call it manipulation. You know, the XRP holders call it the future of finance. Even testicle coin retracing is so very interesting. Short Tron and Pippin, isn't Pippin like dead? And TRX is basically cornered supply, so only goes up only. Look at home chart. Yeah, I can have a look at that in a minute, mate. To be honest, XRP looks like one of the better charts in terms of invalidation, right? And equally, the vice versa, if you get something like this and you get the rejection, you know, this is quite a significant area, I think, this point 2.0645-ish. So if you get that run up and another sign of weakness, then that could be a pretty simple short in terms of if the entire market, you know, I expect us to have a little bit of a reversion bounce now. But if you get something like that, that could be quite nice just for a continuation play. And again, I'm on the three day, very high RR really. Whether it pans out like that, who knows? But you know, the structure's supporting it in terms of the lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high, first higher high, first higher low. But if that changes and you get a lower high there, i.e. you kind of count that one and then you count this one, at a pivotal point, you've got a pretty simple trade setup. So I'd probably have it on my radar, but not for the reasons that you're hoping for, I guess. In terms of Pippin and stuff like this, because I've had a few good trades on like Pippin and MYX and what's the other scam coin? There was another bundled scam coin that I was trading. Again, not with like huge size, right? They're not like $1 million or $10 million positions or anything like that. They're much smaller than that. I'll say that's why I put it on there. You know, it does look like it's just rolled over in terms of momentum, right? So it's done this, and the momentum is just doing this and just dying. However, this is another piece of garbage, supply bundle dog shit. So in my opinion, you are much better off not trying to short the lows, but trying to long the reversion if you get it. You know, something like this. Like really simple, shows some strength to reclaim, as in it's one of the stronger contenders on here, which currently, see if it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, look at that, right? Supply bundled garbage. Tell me it's not supply bundled garbage without fucking telling me. Like 5%, while the entire market just fucking dies in pretty much a single candle. Like, come on, bruv. Like, look at this. So weird. Jelly Jelly. Ah, it was Jelly Jelly. Yeah, what a Nelly. I mean, Nelly Jelly Jelly. You would remember that one, I guess. White whale. So there's a lot of like proper shitcoin requests. I think this is the thing that's getting to me at the moment, is that like all these coins just seem to have like appeared, and then they go to like 200 million, and then they just disappear, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's just part of it. Yeah, guys, part of the game. It's like, is it? There's trying things, there's trying to make it work, there's pushing it, there's, you know, all this stuff. What did it get to? 200 mil. And then there's like, it's not bad, but it's not like heinous distribution, is it? Like when you see on like Trump and stuff like that. But I mean, that is pretty fucking brutal. This is what I mean. It's just like a sad place to be at the minute. Like, I like bull markets partly because I make money, but I also like it because everyone makes money, pretty much. You know, there's a few degens who just blow their accounts up. But you hear the stories, oh, I turned 2 grand into 10 million. Oh my God, I'm retiring. I'm so happy, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're great. They're great to hear. Good evening, GTA. Shorting Pippin already from higher. If you're in it already, then, you know, it's a fairly decent, you know, fingers crossed breakdown. But, like, if you're short, like, from up here, then fair enough. You know, you get the reclaim. You've still got, like, this. You know, chances are you get deviation and we go, same as Bitcoin, right? That's kind of what that did in terms of the like 97 level, etc. That it tagged 97? No, I don't know, fucking whatever it was. So yeah, fair enough. But I wouldn't be shorting down at these lows, is my point. And yeah, you know, the whole market could just do this, similar to that XRP thought exercise, right? Because XRP, if it loses this range, if we get a little retag up here, then and rejects, then that's kind of where I jump in. Is it bad when bubble maps? Well, yeah, big rugs used to shake a spit on chain. People become so desensitized. Yeah, I mean, it used to be like, oh my God. And it's just like, how can you not see this coming? Like, people are fucking stupid. It takes 2 seconds to click on this and realize that, you know, it's just bundled garbage, and everything else, you know, is just, you know, it's so interconnected. Oh, it's good, Alien Algo, mate. How about you? Look, if a coin is good, the market doesn't care that it's 90% bundled. Yeah, no, and I get it, right? But it's also a testament to like the teams in terms of, you know, how they essentially manage this and what they do. And, you know, if you've got a bundled token that has an 87% price crash, you fucked it. There's no defense. Do you know what I mean? There's just no defense. Busy day, but I like those. Yeah, nice, mate. I like busy days as well. Yeah, it makes the time go by. Yeah, I just think it's just, I don't know. I just kind of feel maybe I'm starting to, yeah, change a little bit, but like feeling sorry for everyone who bought in here and is now probably massively underwater. Like the sentiment of the market just, like, or my personal sentiment on the market changes when it's just like everyone's getting raped day in and day out. Like wake up, get fucked. Like I said, my P&L's down a tiny bit at the start of the year. It's not going to change my life in any way, shape, or form. But some people are probably getting fucked left, right, and center and just wondering when the market's going to come back and be like, when's it going to be on easy mode again? And the answer is, I haven't got a fucking clue. I've got risk indicators that will tell me when I think things are starting to really, boil again. But at the minute, I couldn't tell you if it's going to be tomorrow or if it's going to be next year or if it's going to be never. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got literally no idea. I suspect that we do the classic, oscillation of Bitcoin is dog shit. Why isn't it price going up? Oh my god, Sailor's trying to prop up. Oh my god, Sailor's blowing up. Oh my god, something else blew up. Oh my god, Bitcoin's dead. It's fucking over. And then, we start creeping up. And then this is where, next cycle will be countries, like, fully adopting it. I don't mean, like, countries like El Salvador. No offense if you live there, obviously. Any El Salvadorians or whatever they're called in the room. But yeah, if anything, it's a double-edged sword because now the coins are expensive and it induces artificial price hikes. Yeah, Palladium breaking out. Yeah, I've seen that on the. I don't really trade, and by I don't fucking trade metals, but yeah, this looks pretty fucking baby pips TA, doesn't it? Although the last one of these setups I did on a high time frame was ZEC at $700, so bear that in mind. But yeah, it looks pretty fucking nice. What's my take on uranium? Ooh, good question. Uranium. Look, we're doing palladium, uranium, we've done eggs, we've done orange juice, and none of these are shit coins. Yeah, we've obviously talked about it before in terms of structure, right? Judging from this, talking about still bullish market structure, if you get a bid anywhere back here, that would be buy zone, but obviously I'm too much of a pussy. And yeah, you had the consolidation here, you had the range here, you had the reclaim here, you had the retest of that reclaim here, you had the breakout here. There's quite a lot that could have been traded, but I really didn't. Do you think meme triangles exist? I'm dead serious. Yes, I do think they exist. Purely because if you think about it from a psychological perspective, like, all you're trying to do is prices here. You are trying to predict whether the market in general is going to continue to pay more or less for this asset, right? You are ultimately trying to predict whether it goes here or here. And it might be here or here, over here. So, later on a time perspective. But either way, you're trying to say, is it going to go up or down? And when you start thinking about what price action is telling you, that you are consistently making higher highs and higher lows, people are willing to pay more consistently over time, people are selling and realizing profits, people are buying and continue to buy, and that buying exceeds the selling in terms of price, not necessarily volume, because you could sell 300 million here and it could be absorbed or whatever, but certainly in terms of overall price and momentum. And this kind of price action, like meme triangle price action specifically, is one of my favorite to trade, because what it tells you is there is consistent selling here of price, of whatever asset you're selling, but there is even stronger buying in terms of every time the sellers take control, they can't force it down. It just gets harder and harder for the sellers to push the buyers back until eventually they get overwhelmed. So yes, I do think they are real, because I've traded hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of them. Yeah. I'm attracted to them, have autism, so I try to find patterns where they don't exist. But patterns exist for a reason. Patterns do determine, you know, or they are certainly a reflection of behavior, buyer's behavior and the seller's behavior in the market. That's why they're patterns, and there are patterns that can be recognized and can be utilized. The only thing is that, you know, sometimes those patterns mean fuck all. If Trump comes online tonight and says, by the way, I'm taking Canada and Greenland, like, what's going to happen? It's probably that. Yeah? So fuck your triangle. First few years of trading was just ranges and triangles, and I was profitable. Yeah, exactly. If you follow me in Paragon, that's like a huge part of what I do. Huge part. When you watch like most of my trades, especially a lot of them that work out, they're a combination of ranges, deviations, meme triangles, and of course spaghetti and relative strength on altcoins. But even that like tweet I did, which, you know, looking back on it was fucking hilarious. Where is it? This one. Yeah, chat, rate my trade idea. Bosh. 46k. Ugh. Please no. Yeah, what is it? It's a fucking range. What's that? It's a deviation. How fucking complicated is that, boys? Like... high highs and lows. Yeah, exactly. My thoughts on useless, mate, we kind of covered it off. I mean, a lot of things are just weak. I think what a lot of people are going to do is try and chase in this complete lack of momentum era, right? Got a really nice run up. If you caught the run up from the 1st of Jan to like the 6th, well played. That was a really good rotation. Now you're waiting for the next one. That's my personal view. And this consolidation here, you know, I don't think we're just going to bounce up from like this. That's my personal view. Which means that, you know, for the next day or two, I'm going to be pretty chilled in terms of trading. I'm hoping we might get a tiny bit of consolidation and then maybe run it up. But even then, you know, to target these highs would be, you know, all you're kind of going for is something like this, right? I think we have got that bouncing ball of momentum in terms of, you know, this is a momentum run. This is a momentum run. The next run will probably be weaker, if at all, for the foreseeable, and be something like this. Yeah? My good morning tweets have been bangers. Yeah, a couple of them have been. I mean, that's because I've largely been pissing off random celebrities. But I don't really want to be on the bad side of the Tates. Do you know what I mean? There are people to piss off, and not really fancying being on the wrong side of them, but case rare. Did not expect a reply. I imagine they get millions of people fucking slagging them off every single day. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not the most liked, are they? Let's be honest. But equally, like on stuff like this, so this is, it's probably not on useless necessarily, but certainly if you've got something like Fartcoin, because I know you can trade Fartcoin perps on Breakout. This is where if you're like, everyone's super bearish now, the market is totally wrong, I'm gonna play a redonkulously long Breakout trade, right? And I want to play something like this because I think, do you know what? The bid's going to come in for Bitcoin. The rotation from gold, silver to BTC is going to happen because it's just the obvious beta trade and so on and so forth. Then, you know, playing with an account on Breakout and going, here's my invalidation. I'm just going to ramp the leverage up. You can pass your evaluation in one trade and do something like this. Again, I'm not advocating anything. Go do whatever the hell you want. Educational purposes only, blah, blah, blah. But, when risk comes back on, it comes back pretty fucking quickly. This rotation here was nearly 100% in just a couple of days. So it's not like there's not amazing rotations in the market. They're just much harder to catch. I did chart this on Thursday. Or maybe it was on the weekend in the group. And I said, if I was braver, I'd take this because this is a deviation, right? It's really nice. Oh, that was it. Yeah, I did it because I missed my stream last Thursday because we were in A&E. Well, I thought it was fine now, but that was why. Yeah, this was like I kind of want to fade this, but because it was the strongest asset of the day and it was pretty strong running up, I didn't want to. But yeah, it actually played out really nicely. How about high conviction swing trade? I'm just going to take it on my account and create a breakout account. Yeah. No reason not to. Free money. Yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as free money, right? Everything comes at a cost. But if you can take essentially a call option on something like that and manage your risk if you're terrible at doing that, then you should. Saw my spot there. Too many people chatting about pump there. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and that's one of the things is when you start feeling like it's a crowded trade like that. That crowded trade thesis is there for a reason. I'll be honest. There was the one trade that I got super bullish on last year that I probably shouldn't have done. I posted it on Twitter. You can go find it. This is where like I have to disassociate myself from the whole cold thing and be like, people take positions off my tweets and all this stuff, and it's like, well, they shouldn't do because I'm a fucking cartoon character on the internet. But I was pretty convinced, and I took a couple of losses on ZEC, but overall I was very profitable on it. I thought this kind of meme triangle, which is a bit squiffy here, was going to just break up, right? I thought it was going to run, and no, I didn't get fucking paid by them. I know loads of people did, but unfortunately this fucking mug bull posted it for free. I would have gladly accepted their cash and disclosed it, but yeah, I thought it was just going to rip up. I genuinely thought it was going to hit $1,000. So I, started smoking my own dope off of the highs. But yeah, get it wrong. That to me, if I had that time again, even though I would have lost it, is either a breakout hedge. So, I get a breakout account and I just short it, 10x leverage. If it pops, I make money. If it dies on its ass, then brilliant. My account's paid for itself 100 times. Like you said, the extreme trades. I think even with I did take a short. I think it was like here. Was it here? Here? I don't know where the fuck it was. But it was like literally, I got stopped. Oh, it was here, wasn't it? And then I got stopped like to the pip, and then it fucking ran. So yeah, it was a few good trades, really good trades on Zcash, and then it just died. Look at it. Like, look at this, and look at most alts, right? Starting to head into oversold territory, and typically we find bottoms there or roundabouts. So it is time to be like locked in. Yeah, it is time to be paying attention. Especially if there is any emerging narrative that comes out of all this. But like Kaito, Jelly, it's all just like shit at the minute. Charlie, how do I create a spaghetti chart on TV and have it separated from the other charts? Weird question, what do you mean? They're just different chart setups. So like I've got this here, black and white, in play alt, private. 4-window meme. Let's look at this one. What's this one? Oh yeah, this is when I said, here's everything, isn't it? All the future of finance. I think that's why Rose and Secret pumping yesterday. What is that, brother? Finding a new narrative, you mean? Yeah, just different templates, exactly. So I got loads in here. Looking for narratives, yeah, and that's it, and that's what I'm doing at the minute. Is I'm trying to find something. I want the narrative to line up with some price action and give me an entry. Yeah. So for me, those like pumps on SLP and all sorts of shit. For me, I still need like the chart to tell me that here's where I buy. Here's where I sell. Buy here, sell there, you're wrong there, that kind of thing. Because without it, it just doesn't work. Am I a trader or am I just a gambler? There's plenty of people who have made lots of money in the space by saying, I really believe that X is the next biggest meme coin and going fucking heavy on it. There's also a lot of people that have got wrecked doing that exact same thing. Similarly, we're talking about hype last week, and yeah, I just can't be bullish on anything that's in a current downtrend, right? It's just pretty savage. What tool and settings to use for pivot highs lows? It's just called pivot HL. If you steal this, it will give it to you. Yeah, let me have a look. I am now, an Arc Raid streamer. If any of you have tuned into my Twitch, there you go. Enjoy that. So Useless is like looking really good on a rotational basis, right? So I can probably smash a bit of money on Useless, even though it is fucking illiquid as shit. Let's have a look at the actual Useless chart on Bybit. Yeah, it's still pretty meh. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's up a couple of percent from the bottom, like the Pico bottom, like where you got this huge sell-off. Yeah, you already stole it. Trying to recreate it so you can add your own. Yeah, just delete all the other lines, mate. You can delete all the other lines really easily. What is it? You just go here and you just select them, and then maybe you can just hold down delete, I guess, but I'm not gonna do that. Right, so boys, are we launching a coin? How can we do this? Anyone bundle stuff? Got any bundlers in the chat? To be honest, I don't want something like this. I want something like people tried to get me to buy this OTC. Is it Soros? Is it Saros? A fucking shout out to Telemetry as well, man. So Telemetry by Bonkbot is what it used to be called. Yeah, they sponsored my streams for a while. The guys there are great. Product's amazing. Genuinely stand by that. But I loaded up Bonkbot and saw the bubble maps on it, and that was when they were one of the only ones that had bubble maps integration. And I was like, yeah, boys, I'm probably not going to buy a chart that looks like, pretty much looks like that. It actually looked like this, and then like that. Hey guys, want to do an OTC? Don't fucking think so, boys. Thank you very much, though. Fucking holy shit, 5 million market cap. Fuck. That is genuinely mental. Apologies for deviating a little bit, but fuck me. Oh my god. Yeah, Useless is illiquid. Illiquid. Thought if I do like a 10k position in it just to farm a P&L card. But no. Alas. It is pretty piss. Dude, some of these bubble maps look like a new COVID-19 mutation. Yeah, absolute shitter. Unreal, mate. Honestly, some of these people just genuinely crimed it the fuck up. I do not. I do not. Yeah, there you go. Like, I remember when this fucking happened. Like, whoops, finger slip, boys. The audacity of some of these devs. Yeah, exactly, man. The audacity of some of these cunts. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look at this. It's fucking listed on Bybit as well. Like, how are exchanges not picking this up? How? How? Anyway, I digress. One of the narratives though that is actually strong, I do want to talk about, or was strong, is this. XMR. XMR had a really good run, and obviously I didn't actually end up taking this because I was waiting for the pullback and I never pulled the trigger. But XMR had a really nice run in terms of privacy, right? And we are at a point where it's actually as close to the breakout as I think we're probably going to get if it is bullish. So if a setup starts prevailing on this, and look, we've even got like a nice div across these lows and so on and so forth, like this could be a nice long, right? Invalidation under here, but again, you know, where we're looking at, like these divergences don't exactly play out much more at the minute than whatever like EMAs or VWAPs or whatever are kind of holding them down. So if I was doing this and I was doing like just a show one EMA and we'll just do a consolidated, we'll do like a 50 or something, right? Just so it's a little bit slower for a bit of mean reversion. Looks okay, I suppose. So yeah, you'd probably genuinely be looking at something like that, which then becomes a pretty shit risk to reward trade. But you see what I mean? Like, I'd love to get a position on Monero. Laughing at shit as chart say ASMR. Yeah, pretty much, Alex, mate. Pretty much. We will. I'm trying to find like a decent rotation, and maybe I've missed it in terms of what's going down, because you know a lot of these have kind of broken the downtrends in the last couple of minutes with a pretty significant candle, and that's always what I'm looking for, right? Show me some strength, break some structure. Like, okay, well that signals a pretty decent attempt at breaking that downtrend and running for just a rotation, right? Not necessarily like swing it to new all-time highs or anything like that. Good tip on XMR. It's not really a tip, it's just a case of, I think if we've got a if we get a little range setting up here, the best scenario for me, I think, is a range sets up here, and then we get some sort of breakout trade here that gives us the confluence of downtrend being broken, consolidation happening, so buyers and sellers is kind of, you know, not overpowering one another, a breakout happens, and then it gets some momentum. So if you think about typical markets, yeah, you have a downtrend, you have consolidation, you have an uptrend, you have a consolidation or distribution, you have a downtrend, etc., etc. Now, obviously, these can look very different. You can have small downtrend, consolidation, massive uptrend, and so on and so forth, and you can have that, whatever. The point being that I think if we do get consolidation, it's definitely worth having XMR back on the radar. Yeah. No, it's fair, BRO, mate. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm not dishing out what can be constituted as financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a cartoon character on the internet. Sucks that I thought I was getting cocaine for cheap the last few years on the dark web, paying with XMR, but now it turns out that it was extremely expensive. Yeah. I mean, imagine all the people that use Bitcoin like 15 years ago. Yeah, mate, I'll give you 10 Bitcoin for like some weed. Okay. Yeah, that was at one point like 12 million. Well, 1.2 million. Good maths. Well done. Great accountant. Even the worst case, some shorts got to cover the late one squeezed. Yeah, exactly. It's a short to cover. There'll be some squeeze. Even if it just ends up being something like this and it deviates back in, who knows? But it's definitely quite high up there. I think a lot of the stuff that I've sort of been, I'm looking at like MYX got absolutely abused. There was like a little rotational trade there. Again, this got a bit greedy. But I'm not sure I can be asked playing bundles. It's quite a lot of stress considering the sort of size that I trade them with, because I really don't want to be trading this with like my full portfolio because of candles like that, right? Like you literally find that you're down basically 20% in a matter of minutes. Probably in 1 minute is the reality. It's just too much. What fake I did with Bitcoin in 2018, never used the ID because no one ever checked. RIP. So like the next big scam could be this shit. I feel like I need to make on hold music. What the fuck is it? Why is it adding fucking Bitcoin? Fuck you. I feel like I'm being retarded, but yeah. Maybe not. The boys are criming this up, apparently. I swear this was on Bybit. Maybe not. Got removed now. Added back today. Okay. Yeah, like what the fuck? That is wild. Absolute crime. Absolute heinous crime. Yeah, it's not on Bybit. Probably because they're like, oh, we've noticed that the teams are a bit bad. They seem to be selling lots of tokens and raping everybody. Okay. Just unreal, man. Unreal. Right, well, the music stopped, literally. I don't think there's really much else I want to cover, personally. I think we're trading in a range. I think try not to chop yourself up. If you've got big conviction bets, then, start working out where you want to become a buyer of some of these things. Because the best thing about bear markets or, strong downtrends is that they do ultimately resolve with good prices to buy at. Everyone's like, oh, if I was here, I would have bought the COVID crash. Oh, if I was here, I would have bought this. It's like, no, you fucking wouldn't. You'd be like the rest of us cunts going, well, it's probably fucking dead. you know, I'm not going to all in until I start seeing other people buy, and actually we create a higher low and we start seeing some momentum reverse. And that's really where I'm at the minute. You know, like most people are going to get out traded by this. You know, a very, very simple system that's just two EMAs crossing, and you stick it on like the 3-day, and it tells you like it's bearish here, which you probably should have known anyway when that range broke. It's bearish here. Well, you've been chopped up for a while. It is bearish here. Like, yeah, okay, as soon as you've lost that structure up here, you know, you just don't want to be particularly bullish. We're well under it here, right? And we've technically retagged it and we're bouncing off it now. You know, we're in the opposite of this scenario where we've touched it, we're bouncing. Yeah, okay, we didn't touch it and bounce there, but we know that the trend got exhausted. We're bouncing, we're bouncing, we're bouncing, we're bouncing. You know, that's the uptrend here. And look at the positive reaction to the EMA as we bounce. The downtrend here, we've got a negative reaction to the EMA. So it's only a fucking 50 EMA on 3-day, right? But it's probably better than like 90% of the CT's trading strategy, so yeah. How do I make the ticker show up the corresponding spaghetti line? Just trying to tweak it to make it slightly readable. So there's two things. So first off, you want, where is it? Or I think you want no overlapping labels. That's really good. I like that. And then if you want the specific line next to the ticker, you have to find the ticker, and then you have to go price line. And then you get this little thing. But I'm going to take that one off as an example, because I've actually got far too many of these on at the minute. Yeah. Well, look, I've made 3 figures since being on this stream. Yes. Oh, yes. I've probably lost 5 on my spot bags, but we'll just focus on the positive, shall we? But yeah, has anyone got any questions, any closing thoughts, anything like that? I think the salient messages for me are stick around, not necessarily with crypto, but certainly trading. Go look at TradFi if you want to branch out a little bit. You know, crypto is one of those markets where all the extremes are extremes. The bad times are going to feel like the worst times. The good times are going to feel like the best of times, right? It's completely like ridiculous. The extremes are just so extreme. You know, think about the Trump launch and all that kind of stuff, which, you know, technically I think was the top of the bull run. So, you know, we've been almost in a bear market for a year now. And we've had some insane rotational plays during that. I think we will continue to get those. You know, look at Zcash, look at, well, Zcash. Even Asta was good to trade. XPL was good to trade for a couple of days, right? We just know that things don't last particularly long. Sector Spaghetti, I'm not going to talk you through that one, mate. That one's a pain in the ass. You can work that one out yourself or ask Rock. Sorry, brother. But yeah, like there are opportunities, and if you're a good short trader now, yeah, even with that simple range deviation pattern that we talked about, you know, here's a range. We've deviated, short here, stop here, target these lows or these lows. Yeah, really simple shit. You'll probably do pretty well. Especially if you're doing it on like a 3-day, a daily, or something like that, you know, a higher time frame. But yeah. No, don't apologize, mate. I just I don't really want to finish off a stream talking about spaghetti. You just make loads of these doing that. Pick one of these layouts and then just do it one here, one here, one here, one here. It takes fucking ages. It's a pain in the ass. We do actually have one. This one. That's what it looks like. So we've got some, yeah, you can see random shit running like SSV, rats. Yeah, it's a good little screener. Useless is running a little bit, but it just looks weak. Nice screensaver. Yeah. So it's just a nice screener to see what's going on, what's moving, etc. Yeah, on that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, I will love you and leave you. I think we've covered off plans. I'm not sure it's too exciting for the next week. I do apologise. I like having lots of plans and lots of trade ideas, but if I'm not particularly enticed by the market, then I'm not going to say to you guys, yep, run at this market full pelt. Like I said, I think if we are getting close to or we're near a rotational bottom on altcoins, then the plays should be pretty easy. They should present themselves, usually by the formation of a range and then a breakout, which we should be playing the breakout or the reclaims of those ranges. And then we just go from there, really. And we see if any narratives actually emerge. At the minute, I can't see any. But, it's early days in 2026. Early days. And for anyone who wants to play Arc Raiders, hit me up. I am streaming on Twitch almost every day, just chilling. I don't really talk much on there because I can't be fucked. But yeah, if anyone wants to play, hit me up. Au revoir. Oh, and obviously, shout out to Breakout Prop for sponsoring this. And if you want to take advantage of the competition, you have 2 weeks to for your evaluations to count towards the giveaway. So yes, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of your days or whatever, depending on where you are in the world. And I will see you at the same time next week. Au revoir.